One common problem that happens with databases over time is that you acquire records of people that are only minimally connected to the organization. People move, come in, drop out, and so on. Over time, these records grow in number, and eventually you have a lot of clutter in your database. It doesn't make sense to treat records that were relevant many years ago the same way you would treat records now. It would be very nice if you could, at the touch of just a few buttons, clean up the database. It would be even nicer if you could retain the old records and not have them disappear. Thankfully, this is something that CrossReference does very, very well. In this demonstration, we will take a database from 2023 and import it into the new year of 2024, leaving behind irrelevant records. There are many ways that you can decide which records are most important. The shortest and quickest way to do this is to decide that the people who are actually involved in the ministry are the ones you should keep. These are the people who attended the church, were part of a Bible study, went to a class, were a leader or volunteer, any way that somebody's involved within the church. All of these show up in the all involved summary. You can leverage this to determine which records you keep. There are other ways to determine the important records. Maybe it's more than the people who are involved. Maybe there are other specific groups of people you want to include. The strength of CrossReference is its flexibility. You can create a query by interacting groups with each other and coming up with a list of people that are most important to keep. Let's see how easy it is to create a new database with only the most relevant records. We are creating a new database for the 2024 year. First, we click File, then New. This brings us to the Form Designer. The Form Designer is a board that we use to design the database we want to have. We will now import from a previous database. We click File, Import, and then we select Import from Previous Database and press OK. Then we select the Church Management System of 2023. And now we get a new dialog that asks us what to import. You can choose to import data. These are the records in the database that represent people. You can also import the groups. Since we are creating a new year for the church, we'll want the data, but we don't want the groups. In other words, we'll want the people, but not every church service and Bible study, since there will be new ones this year. Select Data and press OK. Now you can see that you are being asked what records to import. You can select a group or a summary to import. In our case, we're going to select All Involved. Now you can see the form on the screen. This is the same form that the Church Management System 2023 database had. You can also see which data points are mapped onto the new data form. When you look at the import field drop-down list, it shows that first name from the old database will be mapped onto first name from the new database, and so on. Once everything is how you like it, you then press the Finalize Database button. Then give it a name. We're going to call it Church Management System 2024. Press OK. We'll have to wait a while the data is copied and a new database is created. When the system is done, it will tell you. And then you press OK. Now you can select the new database from the drop-down menu. The records, the groups it has, are all the default groups that come with a church management system. But as you can see, the church services are not filled in, either Bible studies, households, or anything else like that. However, when you select all, you can see that the records are in fact imported. So now this system is ready to be filled with church services and Bible studies and so on for the new year. What about the records we didn't keep? They are still in the old database, so we don't lose them. And you can see in the old database you have some of the same records, but of course the ones that were not very critical. You can see you have the church services and Bible studies and other things. In this way, every year is its own thing, and you don't have to deal with accumulated clutter of years. I hope this helps you in keeping your database organized and helps you understand some of the capabilities of cross-reference.